Okay, this is the data set we are playing throughout this semester. It's about the faculty retention. So when you open SPSS file, it gives too many items, the day and time when they fill out the things. So the first chunk of this area, all the data set actually we do not need at all. But here is a little tab, you have to scroll and then you can see your data actually starting from right here. And it doesn't make sense what they are, we don't know at all, but on your screen you see data view and variable view. So when you click on, right now we are on data view, so you see the points 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. These are the coding, or SPSS automatically, the Survey Monkey or any of these software that you use to collect data, they will code automatically. So click on variable view. So when you click on variable view, actually it gives you a better plan here. Let's take a look, the couple of them, and you can just click here and then you can expand them so you can read what actually they are. So that here one of the item is called the statement used within the survey. So my college environment is welcoming. This is one of the statement we ask for the participant, and when you look into the values and just drag a little bit, so for this one, if you click on three dots here, this is a coding: 1 strongly agree all the way to 5 strongly disagree. It's a Likert scale 1 to 5, and 1 to 3 are automatically assigned when you use as a researcher. And these are the code. Earlier we talked about how we make a code. This is coding 1 all the way to 5. So I just cancel here. And let's take a look some of the demographic variables, which we call independent variables. Let's take a look at the gender. Here you have, again, click on here and three dots, 1 2 3. So these are the variables you can see. So anything that you have in a demographic variables, you can consider them as an independent variables. And then up here in a Likert scale, you can consider them as a dependent variables. So this is something you are practicing in the second week. And one of the assignment here is to transform data, code, decode, analyze all of these things. So let's take a look one of the items. I know it's a complex, but we will be practicing over and over. Let's do, we want to recode in a different variables. For an example, for example, let's recode. We want to have the one item. For example, let's take a look. Let's take a look one items from the demographic variables. Here, this item says you have to double click just to look. This one is current rank. So I am choosing a rank. So it goes over here. And we want to give a name. So this is rank, but I want to say new. So this is new rank, or the rank of faculty. And just I click change. And then here are a couple of old and new values. This is all based on your textbook. Unless until you do not open your textbook, it is super complex. So click on old and new values. So what we do is, before doing that, just I want to highlight you here that, let me cancel this right now. So when I click on the questions on the rank question is here, what is your current rank? And then when you click here three dots, I think I should cancel this one as well. Let me, oops, something wrong. In the rank, actually there are 4 or 5 ranks, from assistant, professor, associate, lecturer, adjunct, and so and so. So what I'm doing is when I click new values, I think something here wrong. Oops. Let me see if I pause it. So earlier the computer was frozen. So what I want to say here is the level of the rank of the faculty members are coded 1 all the way to 7. 1 instructor, 2 assistant professor, 3 associate, 4 full professor. So 2, 3, 4, these are tenure track faculty member. These are regular faculty member, I call it. And the other faculty members here, if you look into 6, that's adjunct. So let's say if you plan to do a research looking into differences between adjunct and and the regular faculty member. If you want to categorize, are there a statistical difference between regular faculty members and adjunct faculty member at my university? If that's your research question, then you will be required to regroup these values. So here 6 is adjunct and all others are the full-time faculty member. Let's say, for example, tentatively, we are going to redo that, because instead of doing all of these separately, I want to do differently, because your research question, you want to look into, are there statistical differences between regular full-time faculty members and adjunct faculty member? That's your question. And because of that, you are going to recode your variables. So I want to recode into different variables. So I want to look into my variable called faculty status. What is your current faculty rank? It goes here. And I want to look into rank, and always look here. I did the underscore because SPSS will not take space. Rank new, and you can put new rank or whatever you want to call it. Hit change, and then now click on old and new values. So in the values, what I'm going to do, there are multiple ways of doing it. So what I do is 6, earlier you saw on the code book, 6 was adjunct. Oh, and then this will stay 1. So I am calling 1 for the adjunct, but in your code book, 6 is adjunct. So I click new, look here, 6 and 1, and click add. And now all other thing, whatever extra are there, I call it 2, and 2 is regular full-time faculty member, and I click OK. So I recoded all of my variables in that category. So click OK, and this is your SPSS outcome. And now to verify, is that right or wrong? And here is a new one. Look at the 57. Here is a new rank, and there are only 2, and here is a 3 dots. And your 1, you have to call it adjunct faculty. So I click 1 here, and then 2 is regular full-time faculty, and click OK. So you ask SPSS for the recoding because your research goal is to understand the difference between adjunct and full-time faculty member. So now let's take a look, analyze, and you can do frequency. And now you have a new variables, it's called new rank. Click here, and then you can look into statistics, let's say mean values. You can choose any other items that you want, but I'm choosing just one. And then chart, I really want to see visual. So let's say histogram and the Nerval curve. That's something we do. Or you can choose a bar graph, but I chose histogram. And I don't care other items. Click on OK. And now this is your outcome. And let's take a look. It takes a minute, I believe. So this is all you can see. You have 160 adjunct faculty member and 157 regular faculty member, and looks like this is the equally equal portion of faculty member in each category. That's all we have right now, and we want to make sure that our recoding, all of these items are probably accurate or not accurate. Let's recheck. What we do is click on again analyze, and click on descriptive statistics, and go to frequency. And now this thing will go out and look into the original one. What is your current rank? Click on that, and then if you double click, automatically it goes to the next box. And since all of these things are previously checked, we don't do anything. Just click on OK. Now here, this is the original one before we recode into two groups. If you look here, adjunct, it's 160 here on the table. And then combining instructor, assistant, associate, full professor, and others, whoever they are, we are assuming all of them are as a full-time or regular faculty member. So, and here is the chart. So the 6 is adjunct, and then other categories are the faculty member, regular faculty members. So we are pretty good, and it is accurate because the numbers do not get changed here. Now, if you want to look into the differences between faculty members, full-time faculty member and the part-time faculty member regarding, let's say, the first question is here. The very first question you asked about my college environment is welcoming. Is there a difference between full-time and part-time faculty members regarding their perception of college being welcoming or non-welcoming? If you want to look into that differences, throughout the semester, we'll be looking t-test, correlation, regression, chi-square. There are so many different names in the statistics, but do not get bored. Let's take a look at the difference. For that, we click on analyze, and then we want to look into differences. We look into the mean, compare mean. Again, you have to look into a book, and then independent sample test. Okay, and we want to take a look. The very first item is my college environment is welcoming. That goes as the dependent variables. Now, independent variables is the one you just made a new items, new rank, and it goes to the as a grouping variables, which is independent variables. And here is a question mark. This question mark is what is new variables, and just click on define groups, and the one is your adjunct, to is your full-time. That's how you have done that. Click continue, and option you can leave as it is. This is a 95% of confidence interval, CI. That's something we'll learn later on, and just click OK, and here is your result. This may be complex right now, but we don't care, right? We don't do much right now. If you look at SIG, this value, and here is also SIG, this value should be less than 0.05, 0.01, 0.001 in order to be statistically significant. All values are above 0.01, 0.001, or 0.005, 0.05. So this means there is no significant difference between adjunct faculty member and the regular faculty members regarding their perception of the campus being welcoming or non-welcoming. That's all. That's all we want to do from the point of view of a statistician regarding the questions. Okay, that's there.